We're on day 4 of a 4-day walling course. The trainees are working towards a test day, which is tomorrow. They're taking a level 1 certificate in dry stone walling.
I'm a horticultural trainee, and as part of my scheme I get certain funding to go on to do things that really kind of interest me, and this is one of the ones I decided to do. And it's kind of a desirable thing for a horticulturalist to have. There's a lot of wallings in the larger estates, so yeah, being able to fix those when they go wrong would be a really useful thing.
The course itself is fantastic. I would say perhaps a little harder than I thought it would be, in that I've realized what incredible skill our instructor has got. I look at this bit of stone, I think should it go this way, that way, upside down, left, right or center, and our instructor knows instantly where it should go.
It's hard to dissect a wall and learn how to do it without proper instruction, so it's worth every penny for that. I just enjoy it immensely.
It's harder than I expected, but at the same time it's also very satisfying. You have moments where you go through periods of frustration as you're going through the day, but I am personally enjoying it.
Anybody really wants to take up dry stone walling, firstly you've got to be quite tough because it's outdoors and it's quite physical, and obviously like today the weather can be quite unpleasant at times. Having said that, in summer when the weather's nice and warm, you couldn't be doing anything better if you want to work outdoors.
I'm really enjoying the course actually. I was expecting it to be a bit too much for me, but stone's not actually as heavy as I thought it was going to be, and working in these conditions is kind of pleasant. It's nice being out here.
As far as the technical side of walling is concerned, you just need somebody who's got good hand-to-eye coordination. It's about looking at a pile of random stone and being able to pick the right stone for the right place on the wall.
I run a company that does chimney cleaning and masonry. I just like working with stone. If you're mechanically inclined or if you like placing things, if you work with your hands, it really has improved my technique and it's just helped me get the basics.
The best tip that I've got for this course is don't look for that perfect bit of stone. Pick up something, work with it, and don't look for that. It needs to be 2 inches exactly. Just go for it. Put that piece of stone down.
As the kind of course has gone on, your quality of work goes up. I think that's the important thing, really. Could I do dry stone walling every single day? Probably not. But mixed with some other stuff, for certain.
Once people have got a level 1 qualification in dry stone walling, that would allow you to perhaps go and work on farms and just repair vernacular dry stone walls within the landscape. They don't have to be anything too fancy, as long as they're built strongly and they'll stand the test of time and keep cattle in or sheep in. That's all the farmer's looking for really. So at this level it's just displaying that you know the basic principles of dry stone walling and you can effect a repair on a dry stone wall.
One thing I didn't really expect was the amount of escape, because you're not looking at your phone. In most places there's no signal. It's just a total escape from the normal.
I hadn't realized what a social thing dry stone walling is. It's not all about making a wall, it's about swapping stories. I mean, imagine you are in a field trying to construct a dry stone wall for 7 or 8 hours in the day. You get to know each other pretty well, and that's been a very, very pleasant surprise.